Hey everybody, Charlie here. Welcome back to Startup Company, and Fedora merch has just gone viral. Oh no. I mean, oh yes. We have a huge, I say, potential users compared to current users. So I think we can finally make good use out of viral. I think that's finally gonna be a thing. Problem may become from hosting, but I got a really cool thing to share with you for hosting. Check out how much hosting. Check out Fedora Flix. Like all the users they've gotten, over 100 million users, only using 13% of their 37% of their hosting here. Meanwhile, hosting here, it has 63% of the resources, and yet even with half the users, it's using a ton more server resources. Now, just in case you missed or didn't understand what I just said, let me do this. I'm gonna raise this up. Okay, we're gonna raise this up to like, let's say 75%. We're gonna give Fedora merch a site that has half the users, okay? And right about the same number of concurrents as Fedora Flix. Actually less. It has less concurrents than Fedora Flix. But it was still using significantly more percentage of server resources. Do you know why? If you couldn't tell, it's because I'm gonna pause it. The framework, guys. The framework has turned this into like a completely unnecessary hosting solution. Like, we're so overpowered compared to what we need with the current hosting with this Fedora Flix site. Because that framework update, oh my God, like required CU per user on Nitrosoft Platform 2016 is 2.13. Check out Fedora merch. Required CU per user, 24.5. That framework update is so powerful. We want to get to that with Fedora merch as fast as possible, because that's gonna make our hosting problems go away forever. In fact, while I was offline, I got DDoSed. Fedora Flix got DDoSed. And it was actually kind of a weird thing. I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. We got DDoSed, and our server usage went up to about here. In the DDoS, it went up to about here. It's because the CU requirements on this framework are so small compared to the last one that we were on that it's just stupid. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take an upgrade to 400, if it'll let me, on all of these things. It doesn't let me, but we can go 395, 96, 97, 98. We can't do these. Well, we can do it there. We may actually not be able to take full advantage of this viral. Make sure my marketing campaigns are off, yeah. We're making some really good use out of the viral, but we're actually getting way up there for potential users now. So this is why I had this enormous overhead. I worked this thing down to where our potential users was almost double what our current users were, in anticipation that we would get viral. So let's go ahead and pause this really quick. And let's see if we can, yeah, only 396, 97, 98, 99, 400. Okay, good. Let's go 402. I wanna pause it so that I don't waste anything. Let's go up to like 410 here, because it'll let me. Pause it there. I mean, they all have different requirements, so sometimes you can't upgrade one of them, but you can upgrade another one. It's kind of interesting how that works. I'm kind of hoping to see storage modules pretty quick here. We're gonna cap out anyway. It seems like viral, it's always super strong to the point where you're always capping out your features. Like viral is meant to like force you into upgrading your stuff. It's pretty powerful. I'm just kind of upgrading everything as much as I can right now to give me the maximum possible users. I don't think there's anything else I can do here. We're just hitting 100% again. Damn it! I really wanted to get full advantage of the viral, but we always max out to 100%. Ah! I had this to 58% like before the viral. We were only using 58% of our capacity. Ah, we're still maxing out. That sucks. Well, it is what it is. Let me make sure double check one more time now that the day is done. There it is. So, yeah, the framework change is massive for us, right? Look at this, we're maxing out hosting now too. So let's give it more resources. We're now giving Fedora merch a smaller site 85% of our hosting resources. Right? 85% to keep this thing online and stable. And while we're doing that, the larger site, let's see. Okay, so Fedora Flix has 794,000. Fedora Merch currently has 1 million. So roughly the same number of concurrent users right now, roughly. But 85% of our current hosting capacity is being given to Fedora Merch, and they are at 86% load, right? Fedora Flix has 15% of our possible hosting requirements, and with about the same number of users, they're using just under 40%. So getting DDoS isn't really a problem over here anymore, let me tell you. It's really not. Not at all. But that's it. We can't upgrade anything else, unfortunately. So we're gonna stop being viral now. I can't believe we can't upgrade any of these yet. Oh, people weren't into work yet. Come on, I need to pip one of these buttons. Let me hit one. Oh my God, let me hit one, please. Good, just let me hit one so we can start growing again. Oh, perfect. There we go, okay. So we have 421, 420, 421. Let's do 420, 422 is there. Okay, so we need to upgrade these ones now. And then we're gonna start on, we'll start again on our efficiencies once we get these all kind of leveled out to the same level. Interface modules, or front-end modules are holding us up, yeah. Man, oh man, input modules now. It's a struggle to keep these things up. It really is, like, to keep these things going. Like, I could do this right now, but hold on. So again, like, we are giving Fedora Merch 85% of our total hosting capacity. And it is still going unstable sometimes, right? It ticks into the unstable territory. And that's because we're going into over 300 milliseconds of ping. And that's because we've been upgrading the features without upgrading their efficiency, right? So you still have to keep on the efficiency, otherwise you're gonna get that problem. It's actually pretty cool how they've done that. But we lose users. Whenever this ticks into being too high of response time, we lose users. So we have to focus more on efficiencies. We just have to. Or we're losing people. Now you can see how this works. It goes up and down, like, it goes up like plus 30, plus 35 or so for a few pips, and then down 130, and then down 140. So for the most part, our total users is kind of teetered on the same. We're not really growing, right? It ticks up to 128. Like, it's kind of a total growth, sorta, but it's really slow compared to what it could be. It takes more than 25 CUs per user, almost 26 CUs per user here, as opposed to Fedora Flix, which currently takes just 2.13. Oh my God. And you might think, well, maybe that's because Fedora Flix's features is more optimized. It's not really. So 69 and 70%. So this one right here is currently 69%. This one here is about 62%. And this one here is about 69%. The difference, though, is the landing page. It's already maxed out to 104. So that's helping, too. The framework is the biggest chunk of that, though. Take a look at the Fedora Merch here. Right, it's 61%, right? 61% on this one. About 52. This one could use a little bit of love on the efficiency department. But we also have more features here, right? The store has one additional, CPU intensive feature running at the same time. And I've actually been thinking about that too. Like, Fedora Flix probably needs another feature in place of one of the ads. I mean, granted, this thing is making a killing for us. Like, it's making a ton of money because of the ads. But it could probably use another feature. We're gonna hit the efficiency on this for a little bit. As much as possible, anyway. I just have to hope that none of our sites go viral, because we won't be able to handle it. I'm actually strongly considering moving into the HQ building now. I think it might be a cool idea to go into the HQ. See what that building's all about. And the extra space that might come from having it. I don't know. I can't believe I can't upgrade any of these. We'll get that one at least. This one just needs input modules. Let me pause this really quick. Let me take a look at our lead developer managers here. So input modules, they're supposed to keep a minimum stock of 50. I'm gonna bump this up to 80. And I kind of have to do that on everybody. Input modules, go 80 here. I've lowered the numbers, right? Because I want them to hit a certain point and then work on other things where we're weak. I used to have all these at like 200, but the thing is that they'll start working on one thing really heavy to try to get it to 200 and leave the other ones kind of lacking. So I think if you take the minimum stock and you bring it down to a more reasonable, usable level, you can start focusing on some of the stuff you want a bit more. So like if I put 80 on this, I'm hoping that they see, okay, we're halfway to this one, but we're less than halfway to this one. Let's make more of this one. I don't know if that's actually how that's gonna work, but I'm trying to get that to happen. All right, pause. Let's take a look at competitors. So, update on the whole competitor situation. Let's go global. I now own let's go to streaming service. I now own 100% of every single competitor under me at Fedora Flix. I own 100% of them. The Punchbox I just bought here, so it hasn't dropped at all. This is the first week I've owned it, so we'll see what the stock does and see if I gain anything on that. The rest of these I've owned for a little bit. I bought Ching here, and now it's going up, so that's great. I bought... Let's come down here really quick. I bought Indie Shows a while ago, and it's still going up, which is kind of nice. I bought Lime Video a while ago as well, and it's got a nice steady climb. I also, for a short while, I keep going to the wrong interface. For a short while, I actually owned 12% of NetTix, but as soon as I saw this happen, I decided to sell it all. So I have actually a significant amount of money. In fact, if you take a look at the streaming services and their evaluations, I have 68 million here, 66 million here, 56 million here, and 45 million here in what I own. But I also own Snappy Clips in the video sharing services tab. That's 100%. And I bought that, and it's been going up pretty well too, so that's nice. I think I own a bit more shopping as well. Yes, I own 58% of this company here too, Alitada, which is probably Alibaba's, proxy here. I own 57% of this company. It's been going up too. So I've been making a lot of money. And by the way, Alitada, you'll notice the evaluation here is 1.8 billion, right? I've put over $1 billion into this company for this investment, and it's making money, so that's good. So I'm playing the stock market alongside, refreshing my features and stuff. Currently, the site is pulling in nearly $20 million per day. We're making $500 million in profit a month. It's kind of nuts. Let's bring this one down to 80. Bring this one up to 80 here too. All right, so I'm kind of hoping we see some more rapid production. See, I used to have it on this, and this guy's kind of making I feel like he's just making a whole bunch of them rather than keeping it on. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do once they reach this, right? They're gonna reach 50 here. All right, where is this? Right here. They're gonna reach 50 here, right, and stop making them. Now, some of them will still make them, so we might still go up here. But the focus is no longer on interface modules because we have 50. So they start focusing on the other things. That's what I was kind of hoping for. So we want to make sure that this is no longer getting high ping. And it still is. So let's keep working on efficiency if we can. Still missing requirements for efficiency. Oh, good. There we go. We got 2 pips on that. That seems pretty good. Still missing the back end modules. There's so many of these things are needed to get the efficiency up. The efficiency is a very expensive thing to climb. But the platform will make everything more efficient. Like, getting that platform is super important. If I can get the Fedora merch on the top Nitrosoft one, that's going to be so huge for us. All right, let's check the stocks, make sure we didn't blow our money here. So Alitada goes up. Nice. Scroll down a bit here. Line video up again. Brilliant. Let's go indie shows. Nice spike up for indie shows. And Ching, huge. Ooh, look at that go. Just bam. Oh, I got in right on the bottom of that one. That one feels real good. And Punchbox went up a little bit. Not really feeling the momentum though. I was kind of hoping for a quicker recovery. I saw the little uptick here. I was kind of hoping for maybe a bit more than like a couple of pennies. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell that one. I could just absorb it. There's 4 million users there, but Fedora Flix they can handle 4 million users. I just don't want to go viral right now. I want to focus everything on Fedora merch. And I want to focus everything on the efficiency for Fedora merch right now. I want to hammer efficiencies. I mean, we are getting somewhat close to that wonderful 500 mark. But I'm going to need to be more efficient with some of these features anyway. And because there's more features in this, it costs more to make it more efficient, right? Because you have to invest the resources into efficiency on more features. I also would like to maybe get this leveled. Was it 421 everywhere? Yeah. I know I'm just making the efficiency problem worse now, but I got everything at 421 now. As long as I don't see this ticking up into the unstable territory, we're fine. And so far, so good on that. Let's reset the peak CU so I can see where the hosting is. And again, we're giving the smaller site, right, 77 million users. We're giving the smaller site 85% of our hosting resources. That's how powerful that last framework is. It's so massive. When we get that framework on our hosting here, we can just open up a social media platform right now. I'm kind of digging that idea, bringing another site into it. But I think if we're going to do that, we need to move to the HQ, because I'm going to need more developers. Do I have anybody that I can upgrade speed-wise? I think there were a couple people over here that were training before, right? Getting these guys all upgraded to expert is pretty damn important. I want everybody to be as fast as they possibly can. It's way cheaper for me to upgrade someone from beginner to intermediate. Actually, I think it's probably way cheaper for me to upgrade someone from beginner to maxed out expert than it is for me to hire a completely new developer. For the speed increase that I get, right? But hiring another developer also lets me upgrade them to expert as well, so I'm not saying that upgrading is necessarily better. Sheena wants a programmer desk. Pause it. Sheena feels entitled, and she would like a programmer desk. Where is she? I actually don't remember where she is. She's over here. Okay. You're currently managed by Thunderhawk. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll move Direwolf this way, move Sheena over here. Sheena's gonna get her own little section here on the side because she wants that programmer desk. So she's owned by she's being managed by Thunderhawk. We'll go ahead and remove her from the desk. Get rid of this desk. Bring in a programmer desk. We'll set it here. We'll give it to Sheena. And then we'll say Sheena is managed by Thunderhawk. And there we go. Does anyone else want a really fancy desk? You want an expert one? I could do that. Easier. Good. Whoa. Natsoff wants an executive desk. What is it with you needy people? I don't even know where Natsoff is. Wait, you're up in marketing, aren't you? Yes. Yes, you're in marketing. Tracy wants an executive desk as well. Good God. 2 executive desks in this office? What does Katie Cat want? Katie Cat doesn't want that. All right, well, bring Katie Cat here. Now, Natsoff is going to have to go bye-bye. Who are you currently managed with in terms of your HR? Is that Blue Mustaine? It is not. Smithers? Yeah, Smithers is. Okay, so we'll remove you from the desk. Get rid of this desk. Get an executive desk. Good for you. We'll have you grab the expert marketers. And then we'll have Dr. Smithers grab you again. All right, there we go. So everything's back to the way it was. Your quotas should all be the same because you have the same number of people. Awesome. We'll scoot Katie Cat back really quick. You're going here. You're going here. Now, Tracy wants an executive desk as well. So, can I just delete? What does that do to her if I delete her like this? It puts her in the pool of more employees, isn't it? Yeah. So that's one way to do it too. Just delete the desk with her in it. It doesn't actually fire her. That's good. All right, Tracy's there. All right, Tracy. You can have your executive desk. I don't know why I really care for that, because, like, the marketer's speed doesn't really matter right now. We should have... Yeah, we got a whole lot of lead devs being hired here. I'm going to just go ahead and see about hiring some of these. 4,800. We'll just hire you. And we're going to get you training. So we're going to come down to the first floor here. And I'm going to get a bunch of these guys training for a bit. So we'll just kind of fit them in wherever. But we need more of these. We need a lot more of these. I know it doesn't really look stylish, but we're gonna hire a bunch of developers. And then I think we're going to headquarters. We're a little bit cramped in here. I mean, I could rearrange things. Certainly this area here has been undergoing some changes because I've been thinking about moving some of the staff around in this building. But if we're gonna move to another building, I'm probably just gonna leave it the way it is. And we'll reorganize the final building from that point. So we need all of the lead developers we can get here. I kind of don't care about your salaries, to be frank. I just care about how your speed is and whether you can do the job. So if I had done the research on your desires and stuff, I could have just went ahead and clicked this button instead, but it's okay. I'll give you what you asked for. It's not a big deal. You gotta be kidding me, dude. All right. Whatever. You are actually really expensive for no good reason at all. I'll hire you instead. Who else? Do I want people in the 180s? 190s are fine, honestly. They're gonna get the job done almost the same. Like, it all sort of balances out a bit in the end. Like, the difference is like maybe 1 second per module. It's not the greatest, but it doesn't really matter that much. All right, so we got a few developers in their seats. I got these 6 here. We'll keep recruiting. We'll keep looking for people, hiring ones that have reasonable salaries and good speeds. Look at this. Yeah. I guess I really only care about the speeds mostly. I mean, if you have a really ridiculous salary, I'm not going to hire you, but if you keep it like, you know, under 5, 6, I think I can probably be all right with it. And like Philip there is a bit unreasonable in his expectations, but yeah, that's fine. Let's come down to floor number 1. Pop you in here. I want you guys working on other types of modules, so I'm gonna have you doing exclusively backend because we seem to be getting pretty low on that reliably. And then we'll go training. So if I forget about you, at least you're sitting there making backend components the whole time. Same thing with you. Go for it. So these guys are going to sit here and train for a bit. I'm pretty sure we're moving to the new office. Maybe not in this particular video, but certainly soon. We're definitely doing it soon. I kind of think yeah, see, 188%, but being over 5K. I don't know. I don't know why I necessarily care so much about this. I mean, there's a lot of comments on my videos about how this isn't as efficient and this is how it's supposed to be and all that stuff, but I think if you really just stop and think about it for a bit, like the people who are making recommendations about like, you know, things that they think I'm doing wrong, I think if you stop and think about it, I think you'll come to realize that my way of doing things is not that different. It's not really gonna make that big of a difference. Like the comments that told me about my hosting and how if I should, quote, just start over and redo it. Like, hell no. What a waste of time. I'm not gonna do that because it doesn't matter very much. Like the benefits I'm gonna get out of it are really minor. So we have all these racks full now. The only things that are left are, this is the old hardware. So I still have the old hardware in these small racks. Some of them are somewhat new, I guess. I've also gone ahead and sold everything that was in storage, aside from the coolers, because we'll use those. So if I want to make a new unit now, I really only have to like go like this. Like I don't really have to do much more than this to just add to our hosting. And this is uniformly making everything, right? It's just adding a ton of stuff. And it's fairly balanced, you know? It's okay. The database isn't falling that far behind. We just keep doing this. And if for some reason the database does fall like really far behind, then I go to the one where it's database plus. I believe it's this one, yep. And this one here upgrades our hosting, but has a slightly more database to it. So I'll just duplicate that one instead. Now everything goes up, but database catches up a bit more. Now we're good. Now we're back to being awesome. And I just upgraded our hosting a ton. And did it super quickly. Whatever, you know? It's not that big of a deal. Let's go maybe like 108. I'm 188%, but you have that highest salary expectation? Girl, you gotta get yourself caught up with reality. 60, 171, 188. How about you? You're slightly more reasonable. 166. I wonder if the recruiters have a way of like bringing only people with a certain percentage in, you know? Like I wish there was a way to be picky. Like calling all people who can do it this fast. I guess that would probably be a bit broken. You know what? Let's take all 4 of these guys. I think I don't care anymore. I just want people sitting in chairs, training, and getting themselves caught up. So I kind of don't mind. I want to hire them all, but I have to do it one at a time. Let's go like this. Like 4,800 is fine. And right here, 5,200. You greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Okay, get all those then. Come down here. Let's pop them all in their chairs. We want, I think, probably these two. Start your training. Do this. So I set them to do something because they don't have a manager, right? So I set them to do something, and then I hit training. Reason for that, Reason for that is if this fills up all the way to intermediate and I forget to hit this button in time, they're at least sitting here doing something instead of idle. I'm having them focus on the things that I'm seeing are a bottleneck every now and then when it comes to upgrading. Backend modules are a big bottleneck, so a couple of these guys are just dedicated only to backend for a while, because that one seems to bottleneck us down quite a bit. All right, that's the end of that day. So it's Friday. Do you want to invest in any companies? Net ticks is starting to level out. I rode them all the way up here. It was really nice. We kind of own everybody here. I'm gonna let I might regret this, but I'm gonna let Punchbox go and not invest any more in there. I think I'm putting the rest of the money into here. Alitata is, I think it's gonna keep going up. We own 69% of that company now. 70%. $1.91 billion evaluation. And look at this. If we can buy Alitata, we will more than double our user base in Fedora merch, which I know we can handle if we can get the features up, of course, which is like really hard to do. Hosting wise, we can definitely handle that if we can get the framework. Let's do, yeah, with 425 if we can. Yeah, I did one too many upgrades on the efficiency there. That's okay. I mean, we need to go up, efficiencies need to go up anyway, right? So, whatever. As long as we're not losing users. I really don't even do marketing anymore. I don't think their marketing is really going to be that big of a deal until we've kind of gobbled up most of our competition. I mean, realistically, I could just play this exactly the same size I am right now and just let the money flow in passively with our auto-renewed contracts, which I actually should look into renegotiating now because Fedora merch went viral, and that means that I should change this. Oh yeah, we should change this a little bit. This one needs to be changed by a lot now. That viral campaign did a huge bump to this. So 330 million is what we're looking for there. What do you have for merch? Or for flicks? So this is about right. 446 million is what we're looking at here. So 440 million. Yeah, so let's go up to the salespeople really quick. We have some decent leads here. We don't need any of these anymore. These can go. I don't think we need any that are in the 180s anymore. Nothing in the 280s. 320. 320 might have been a good one, but we're going to leave the 330 one. 390, 370s, probably not great. These are mostly okay. We could renew these. This one I want to keep renewed because it's 12.2 CPM. It's not a lot of impressions. I guess if I can get an ad that I think I can get to around 12 CPM anyway, but I can get it there with the upgraded views. I guess it's possible. What is it? 440 something, right? 463. Okay. Well, this is 470. 430. I need to see like an 8.4 start. I don't see any 8.4 starts here. Let's bring this up to like 4, like way up here. I want that to be your filter. Your new filter is this, guys. Stop. Bring this up to like this. Find leads that are like that. Yeah, you too. Like up to 400 something. Let's try this. Mr. Griffin. Bring you up to about here too. kind of a wide range because we don't quite have merch to meet this. I would like to get merch to get about the same number of impressions as Fedora Flicks, and that's what I've been kind of working on too, is trying to manage their traffic so that I can get the same number of impressions. Because you see this for Fedora Flicks, it hangs around, you know, 8.5 to 9.5 100,000, almost a million. Look at Fedora merch. You know, it's getting there. We need to do some more for people here, but we're getting there, you know. Impressions seem to be bigger. I might be just be seeing things, but it seems like we're getting more impressions per registered user on a shopping platform. Probably the reasoning behind that, I would think, is because people tend to click around when they're shopping. So you get more impressions because you get more page views per person. The bounce rate is lower on a shopping platform. I would imagine that's the case. Or it's just, you know, coincidence and it's not has nothing to do with that at all. I have no idea. Let's upgrade some efficiency if we can. All right. So see the bottleneck for upgrades? Backend module is usually the one that's included in this. It's usually the bottleneck for this. Among other things, but it's almost always a backend module. Video functionality is a little bit different. But then payment system also is the same thing. That's the bottleneck for this. But if we can get these features up to 500, I almost feel like just doing it. Like let's just rush it to 500, you know? Go 440 here. Almost. Backend modules, come on. 440 there, good. 440 there, good. Backend modules again. There we go. Let's go 450 with this one, why not? If we can get the framework on Fedora merch, then our hosting needs are like super set. We won't need hosting for a very long time. I say that, but you know what'll happen is we'll go viral again and it'll just own us. That's a lot of clicks. I kind of like the sound it makes, as opposed to just this boring, you know, I'm gonna bulk upgrade, dude. One thump. No thanks. I want the many thumps. I'm a fan of the many thumps. This one here, come on. Backend modules. Come on now. I should set an entire floor. I should say everybody do nothing but backend modules for a while. That's really what I should do. Look at all these. Wait. Oh, right, because we just hired a whole bunch of them, that's why. I was like, why are there so many lead developers without a manager? Duh. Let's upgrade, train, upgrade, train, and back and forth we go. Everyone get upgraded and trained, please. I'm pretty sure these new guys that I just hired, I think these guys are the ones that are going to be doing nothing but like backend modules and something else. Like I'm going to make sure they're doing nothing but backend modules for a while. Right now they're just training, but I think once they get done with training to intermediate, getting ready for expert, I think once they get there, these guys are a little bit slower than the other ones. We'll just have them doing nothing but backend modules for a while. Yeah, efficiency's hitting now. So 302 milliseconds of ping. We need to do efficiency one more time, at least somewhere. Because we're starting to get the ping. The ping is building up, I say. I think it's going to be payment system. It's a pretty noticeable dip here. This is a 0.1 dip. This is a little over a 0.1 dip. This is a little over a 0.1 dip. Yeah, same thing. This is a bigger dip. This is... Yeah, it's all kind of the same, really, if you think... I think it's all kind of the same. But I can hit this one twice because of the modules that it takes. This needs to be raised up to catch up. It doesn't really matter. 460. See, I'm increasing all the features, right? And again, that's offsetting the efficiency that I've already done. So I am gonna start losing users again, but I think if I could just race to, oh my God, that's awesome. And also pretty bad for our server. We're gonna get high ping now, boys. Here we go. See that ping? And every time it hits that, we start losing users. So we're at 78,239 right now. 78,243. We're still gaining users. We're not actually negative. We just have a little bit of instability here and there. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. If we could ever get back at modules coming in to us reliably. I mean, I could stop their training, but I kind of want them to train anyway. I think I'll keep working on this. We'll get the features all up to 500. I'll manage the efficiency here a bit more. Try to keep the negative impressions of our hosting down. Why don't they get more servers? Why don't they get more servers? They can't stay stable. I'm not using this platform anymore. I'll work on the efficiencies. Anyone who wants a raise can just have it. I don't care. It's Friday. You can find somebody to sink money into today. I wonder if these guys are gonna recover. That could happen. It's only $5 million. Let's see if they recover. Mega Cafe. I rode this up actually, and I sold it right here. That's nice. Clipser. Hey, you're doing okay. Punchbox. You did start raising up, but I didn't trust it. That momentum wasn't very strong. Down you go. What else? What else? Alitada. I think we're just gonna go everything into Alitada right now. 76% we own on that. So I'll keep working on this. My stocks will take over. I'll get a bunch of money, and I'll be back for the next video. So thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. You can like the video if you like it. You can leave me a comment down below and tell me how bad I suck at things. You know, all the stuff that you guys normally do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. It's been fun.